Hello guys, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good day. So this is our lab, welding lab actually, which is what we are should doing some work actually, but due to the COVID-19, so we need to do the welding lab online. Alright. So here I will introduce some of this machine that will be conducted by our lecturer, so that you can do your report after this video. Okay. So firstly, I want to introduce you to the. Okay, you can come here. So firstly, I will introduce to you the what we call the stick welding. Okay, stick welding usually mostly known as SMEW, semi metal upwelding. Okay, machine. So it consists of electrode here and the clamp for the to do the works, and then usually it use electric what we call it electric stick welding, stick rod. All right. So also we have a TIG, which is much more modernized. Usually they use it for aluminium welding. Okay, and also we have a wire MIG, metal inert gas, which is here. Should consist of wire here feed to the electrode gun there. So both TIG, MIG use gas. Okay.
Assalamualaikum. I am Salihuddin. Okay, today we'll talk about a little bit on safety. Here's the policy. You can see here. These are the policy when we are working in the labs. Bila kita bekerja dalam lab ni, keselamatan adalah nombor satu. Since you guys will be going into a lot of different labs, the law and the rules are basically the same. In the labs, tak boleh main-main, tak boleh bergurau. Why the law is like that? Is because untuk mengelakkan zero accident, or untuk membantu mendapatkan zero accident. Because the accidents in the labs are usually severe accidents. Okay, so this is the kenyataan dasar keselamatan dan kesihatan pekerja awak negara. This is done by the Prime Minister of Malaysia. Okay, so basically inside the lab, among the safety rules, first to wear your PPE properly. Secondly, not to play around. No running, tak ada berlari, tak ada mengacau kawan, jangan bersandar pada mesin, do not lean into machineries dan sebagainya. Because if accident happen, it will be a severe accident. Okay. Alright. All the machineries in this lab, we are using 3-phase 450 volts. Jadi kalau sekiranya anda terkena renjatan elektrik, dia bukannya renjatan elektrik yang kecil-kecilan lah, kena terus mati. Okay, so kena terus rentong 450 volt. So don't play around, jangan ambil cathode dengan anode tu, welding tu, welding rod tu pergi cucuk ke kawan ke sebagainya. Okay, alright. So basically dekat sini ada lagi, ini adalah peraturan khusus makmal simpanan dan fabrikasi. This is the specific rules inside the lab, welding lab. Okay? Alright, basically you can see here, I don't need to emphasize it anymore. Basically, setiap pengguna hendaklah mematuhi segala peraturan keselamatan yang telah ditetapkan. Kegagalan mematuhi peraturan akan mengakibatkan anda dikehendaki bertanggungjawab sepenuhnya terhadap sebarang kejadian tidak diingini. Hendaklah memakai pakaian yang sesuai. Okay, inside welding labs for girls, jangan pakai baju yang kain linen sebab dia mudah terbakar. Sekiranya kena spark suatu welding tu, dia mudah terbakar, dan kain linen ni ataupun kain-kain yang fabric yang sejenis plastik ni, dia boleh terbakar, kena, dan dia akan melekat pada kulit anda. Anda dilaranglah pakai pakaian seperti itu. Ini adalah welding code untuk lab. Untuk lab bukan welding code lah, sorry. This is lab code. Mechanical, anda digalakkan anda mengetahui kaedah yang betul dan selamat sebelum menggunakan mesin, anda akan diajar cara-cara menggunakan mesin, menggunakan alat dan pakaian keselamatan PPE yang telah disediakan, lapor dengan segera kepada pegawai petugas sekiranya berlaku sebarang perkara yang tidak diingini, kerosakan mesin, peralatan, kecederaan, kemalangan dan sebagainya. Setelah anda selesai menggunakan segala mesin dan peralatan yang diperlukan, anda hendaklah sentiasa memastikan persekitaran kerja telah dikemas dan dibersihkan. Hendaklah dia bersih. That is another rule in the lab. Whichever lab you go, you masuk lab tu, you guna peralatan, you mesti bersihkan dan kemas. Lab tu 5S. Okey. Hendaklah sentiasa memastikan segala switch kuasa mesin dan peralatan yang telah digunakan dimatikan sebelum meninggalkan makmal ataupun bengkel. Lupa menutup kuasa elektrik kepada mesin tersebut, dia menyebabkan kemalangan. Sebab sekiranya supaya lain akan datang ke tadi, dia tak sedar yang mesin itu masih hidup, dia buka dan dia boleh guna menggunakan elektrik. Okay. So now basically inside with our welding, basically within this world, welding terbahagi kepada divided into several types of welding. Basically, we can have arc welding, oxy-ethylene, MIG technique, dan juga TIG, tungsten inert gas. But in our lab here, we will be only learning arc welding. Why is that? Because arc welding is the easiest way for you to learn welding, and the technique can be applied to any other welding techniques. This is the basic technique. Okay. Here, as you can see, this is a schematic diagram of welding pool. This is the rod. Actually, the rod cannot touch the metal. If you touch the metal, the current flowing from the electrode will go to the anode. Dia akan terus melekat. Actually, there's a certain distance. Okay, there's a certain distance that you need to maintain. So here, when you do the welding, from the electric rod, the current will flow from the electric rod onto the material, onto the plate. While doing that, it will melt the electric rod. So the molten electric rod will be deposited onto the plate material. So here what we call is a molten pool. These are the electric arc, and also there are gases that's released during the welding process. These gases will create a solidified slag, which you need to use the chipping hammer, as what Dr. Azizul told just now, to break it off later. So this is the build-up metal which penetrated into the welding plate and holding the plate together. So these are some of the welding techniques. Welding techniques ni bergantung kepada tangan anda. It depends on your hand skill. You have convex, you have concave, conic, triangle, ladder, jagged, and we also have down here the V welding technique, upside down, circular welding technique, C technique, J technique, square, and others. Okay, all these welding techniques depending on your hand skills. You don't need to follow your friends. What you need to do is to do a practice and find your own the technique that's suitable to yourself. Okay, so by doing that and by practicing, inshallah, you become a lot better. Okay, all right. Here, basically, another schematic of how the welding technique in our lab. We have the working table, and there you have the work clamp coming from the power source of the welding machines, and the electrode going into the welding rod. You have the chipping hammer, wire brush, and so on. So this is when we're doing the weldings. Since the metal on the metal on the welding rod will be transferred onto the plate, So this rod will become shorter and shorter by the time when you go on welding. So this is two different type of welding beads. You have here, what you have is zigzag here, and also a stringer bead. Okay. So another one. This is a single butt joint, single level. This is a picture of an exemplary of welding butt joint weldings. And this is a double bevel. And also we have a single V. We have a very thick one. We have a single J or double J, single U or a double U. This is a normal weld. When this happens, when the welding is not consistent, that shows that the current is too low. Or if the welding is spreading, the current is too high, it's melting the electrode too much. Or in some cases, you're welding too slow. So and here we have where the welding process being too fast, and this is how it is look like when it is too slow, and this is when it is too long, when you taken too long time to weld, too slow. Okay. Here we have a different type of welding position. We have the flat position. This is what you call a butt joint, where the a plate is perpendicular to the base plate. So you want to join them. And you have a horizontal position, two-phase. This is a vertical position, three-phase. And overhead position welding is actually for first-class master welder. So we won't be doing that. Only Mr. Shafiq have that. Flat position, this is what you're going to do most of the time. Flat position, horizontal position, vertical position, and also overhead position again. Okay? So these are what we call a butt joint. Butt joint is where you have a crack between two metals, and you're going to fill up the cracks and at the same time joining the metal together. Okay? So here, what we can see here is the arc welding electrode codes. We have the codes there. Okay? And type of coating, and also the welding current, whether it is AC, alternate current, or DC, direct current. Okay? So here, at the bottom here, we can see the rod that we're using just now was 6013. So 13 stands for high titanium potassium, and 60 means that it can withstand 60,000 psi. Okay, that's it about the theoretical of welding. You can always go to the library to learn a little bit more. We will continue our class with the demonstration of how the welding is being carried out. Okay, thank you very much.
Hello guys, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good day. So this is our lab, welding lab actually, which is what we are should doing some work actually, but due to the COVID-19, so we need to do the welding lab online. Alright. So here I will introduce some of this machine that will be conducted by our lecture, so that you can do your report after this video. Okay. So firstly, I want to introduce you to the. Okay, you can come here. So firstly, I will introduce to you the what we call the stick welding. Okay, stick welding usually mostly known as SMEW, semi-metal upper link. Okay, machine. So it consists of electrode here and the clamp for the to do the works, and then usually it use electric electric stick welding, stick rod. Alright. So also we have a TIG, which is much more modernized. Usually they use it for aluminium welding. Okay. And also we have a wire MIG, metal in a gas, which is here. Should consist of wire here feed to the electrode gun there. So both TIG, MIG use gas. Okay. But the SMAW use only a stick welding. So this is our lab. So firstly, we must follow the safety rules, which you must wear what do you call it, welding clothes like this, and also a safety shoes. Can you show me the safety shoes? This is our safety shoes. Okay. So it protect you from a spark from the welding sparking. Okay. Alright. So firstly, I will introduce you the safety clothes, safety welding helmet. So this is what we call it as welding helmet here. Okay. This is welding helmet. Usually before we start doing our job with the metal welding, so we need to use this what you call it, welding helmet to protect your eyes from the what you call it, intense ray, so that your eyes will not become blind. Okay. So here, this is how we use it. Attach it to your head there. So this welding helmet can be flip up and flip down. So this is the protective glass there. Okay, which is quite black and quite dark there. Okay, and then the another safety clothes that you need to wear is the apron. Okay, so this is where we took the apron and wear it to protect you from the welding spark. Okay, this is the welding apron. Okay, really made from the leather. Alright, so you just put it to your head there, and then you just attach it the rope here, and then tie it up. So the spark will be this apron will protect you from the spark from your welding welding pool there. Alright. Okay. Hello guys. Okay, we meet again. So this is we're going to talk about our project, which is what you call it, kumai lurus or single bit welding. Okay. Alright. So before we start our project, what tools that we need to run our project is, first you need to wear your glove, leather glove. Okay. This is not for your for riding a motor, you know. Just a kidding. This is for welding only. Alright. So this is to protect your hand from the hot metal plate here. Okay. Okay. First, I will introduce you the tools, which is this one is for the chip breaker. What we call it as a chip breaker hammer. So this one is to break the what you call it, the chip from your surface of your welding metal there. Okay. And then we have a clamper here to hold your part. During your welding, the metal plate is very hot, high in temperature. So you need to use this clamp to bring up your metal to the safe place there after you finish your welding process. Okay. And also we also need to know what is the which one is your electrode. This is electrode, consumable electrode, what you call it as a consumable electrode, which will after when we do a welding, the rod will be shortened. Okay, shortened as with your time of your process, during your time of the process of the welding there. Okay, there is also a code there, if you can see here. All right, this is welding code, which is stay there 6013. Okay, 60 meaning that this welding can withstand up to 60,000 psi. of the tensile force. And also there is a one there, one indicate the position of welding, where this position of welding is 1F, which is in the flat surface. Okay, you cannot do overhead. Okay, overhead welding. All right. And also for the 3 there, is talk about your cellulose here, the cover of the electrode there. It is used to protect your welding metal pool from the outside oxygen, air, or we call it as air. Okay. All right. So before after I give you some of the material that we need before we start the process, of course, this is our machine that we use. Okay, for the project. So this is your electrode, and then this is your what we call it as a clamper. Okay, these two needed because to generate a flow of electricity between the electrode and your piece there. Okay, and also there is a transformer here. This one where we adjust the voltage for your welding process. All right. So after this, we take a short break, and then some of our other lecturers will continue with the what we call it, a theory of the welding, stick welding there.